Hey there, it's Seb Frey the Realtor here, and in this video I'm going to answer the question, how much is your home worth? What is the one way for sure you can know exactly what your home is worth? If you want to know the answer to that age-old burning question, then you definitely want to watch this video. Alright, well before I get into all that, I first want to thank you so much for clicking on this link to watch this video. I really do appreciate it, and I'm going to do my best to make sure it brings all the value that you deserve for your time. And also, if you wouldn't mind, please mash that subscribe button right there and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And don't forget to click the little bell to make sure that you get a notification every time I put up a brand new fun-filled video, kind of like this one. So the idea for this video, and I've had similar videos before, I must confess, but I have a new take on it, came from a conversation I had at the beginning of this week with a lady who was trying to sell her home on her own, and she was trying to tell me like how much she thinks that her home is worth, and it's a little hard to say exactly how much her home was worth because, her home is not the same as all the other homes which have recently sold. And of course, the market is going through some, choppiness right now. The market is definitely not going straight up or straight down for that matter. It's a very fluid situation. So how can you know exactly how much your home is worth? And she did say one thing which a lot of people have said, and a lot of realtors say it, and she said, well, I know my home is worth what someone would be willing to pay for it. And that's a good point. Actually, that is very true. It is what someone would be willing to pay for it, but not anyone. And so here's my thoughts on that. Many times when I do open houses, I have like a little thing, my Amazon gift card contest, which is you tell me how much you think the home is worth or what you think it's going to sell for at close of escrow, what the sale price is going to be. And people tell me their guesses. And, the numbers are wildly variable. So everyone has their different opinion of what that home is going to be worth. And these are people who are actively shopping for the most part for homes. They've seen other houses for sale on the market, and they're sharing that feedback with me. But then, in other cases, I'll take buyers around to show them different houses, and maybe I'm showing them a house for $1.5 million, and they say, well, gee, I wouldn't pay any more than $1.3 million for this house. So what they're saying then is that, for you, this house is worth $1.3 million, not the 1.5 they're asking for it, but for you, this house is worth $1.3 million. And they might say no, not actually really. I mean, like if I were to offer on it, I would really offer like more like 1.2, right? So that one particular person might buy that house for 1.2. They would actually put an offer on it because to them, it is worth $1.2 million. So that buyer would pay $1.2 million. But what about all the other buyers in the world? Well, that's a very good question, right? So the only way to know what your home is really worth, there is no other way than doing this simple thing, which is to actually put it up for sale on the open market, not putting a sign in the yard, not putting it up for sale on Zillow as a for sale by owner, but to actually list it for sale in the traditional channels, which get you the very most exposure to the highest number of buyers from around the world, and you make your home available for all these buyers to come and see your home in person, because while people might offer on your home sight unseen, they're not going to actually close escrow 99.9% of the time. Nobody's going to actually close escrow, at least in my market, without coming to see the home first. So you really need to have your home open to all comers, because if you ask one person, what's this home worth to you? Yeah, who knows what that number is going to be. If you open it up to a dozen people who happen to see your for sale sign, or 100 people who are maybe, willing to reach out to a for sale by owner. And by the way, I can tell you that I have many buyer clients who, when they see that the home was listed for sale by owner on Zillow, they don't reach out to the person on Zillow because for them it's weird. They don't want to do that. They want to work with me because they're comfortable with me. They trust me. They think that I know what I'm doing. and I'm going to protect them from getting scammed by some random person they've never met before. The way to make sure that you are getting the very highest price the market will bear is to actually put your home on the market. And that is the only way to really, truly, honestly establish market price for your property, is to actually put it on the market. Any other price that you think your home is worth is just an estimate, it's just a guess, it's just an opinion. And in fact, if you hire an appraiser to appraise your house, the appraisal report says, my opinion of value is this. The appraiser gives an opinion. That's not the actual value of the property. That's just what that appraiser's opinion is. And in fact, I was talking to another gentleman earlier this week as well, and he has a home, and he says, gee, I've had several appraisals done recently on my property, and the values were different by hundreds of thousands of dollars, and that's quite a variance. And that's because, you know, one appraiser is going to value, you know, certain things about the property more highly than another appraiser. It's all just someone's opinion until you actually take it onto the market, open it up to the greatest number of buyers possible, get people in the door, and ideally have buyers compete against each other. But even if you get only one offer on the open market, right, it's still a very good way to assure yourself that you are getting market value, because if there's no other buyers and it's been exposed to thousands of buyers, if this is one buyer and that's what that buyer is willing to pay for it, if you're willing to let it go at that price, well, I would say at that point, yeah, that is in fact fair market value if there are no other buyers for it. All right, well, I hope this video has proved of some interest and value to you. Do me a favor, would you share this video with somebody else who maybe is wrestling with that problem, how to figure out how much their home is worth? Anybody can give you an estimate. It might be a good estimate. It might be actually be a pretty close estimate, but there's only one way, only one real way to find out how much your home is worth, and that is to actually put it up for sale. All right, well, that's all I have for this video. Thank you so very much for watching. I really do appreciate it. And if you like this video, I'm guessing you might also like some of these videos over here. These are some of the most popular videos here on my YouTube channel. So thank you so very much for watching. I really do appreciate it. And please, stay tuned.